Hello guys, welcome back to Calculus Review. And this time I will go over a few more questions. And this one is about this graph. And it says the graph of this function is shown above here. And which of the following could be graph of f prime, the derivative of this one, right? One thing that you might want to know is that when it comes to x, graph looks like this, x squared, it looks this, x to the third, it looks like this, x to the fourth, it looks like this, x to the fifth, it will look like this. Something like that, okay? So that's what you want to know. So when you drive it, so let's say this one's a cubic, right? Looks like this. This will turn to this one. So you're gonna look something like that. And moreover, as you can see, that's a positive graph. And can you see this one is a negative graph? So you want to find something that looks like this. Now, here, be careful. It is possible that this is an odd one, right? This can be this. Just some, for example, let's say if it looks like, let's say you have something like that, that's a cubic. But let's say I have something to the third power like this. Can you see? One, two. I have this one in common like this. Then this will look like this, okay? Keep that in mind because of this one, because we have this one in common. But whatever, most of the time, this one is a cubic. So watch this. Which one looks like this but opposite graphs? So I have this option, yeah, and here as well. So this is not gonna be the answer because it's a positive. That's not gonna be the answer because that's a cubic. And this is like fourth power, so that's not gonna be the answer. So answer is gonna be the B or C. And what you gotta also know is how many x-intercepts do we have? We have one right here. Oh, wait, not an x-intercept. So here, do you see we have this like minimum and maximum? This is gonna be your critical points, which is the x-intercept. So look at this. You should have x-intercept right here. You have another x-intercept right here. That's what you need. And if you can see it, which one has x-intercept at that point? Right here and right here. So that's gonna be the answer. That's how you do it. Remember, when you drive it, your maximum will become your x-intercept. That's what you have to be careful. Which makes also sense. As I said here, do you see this one? That's gonna, this like zero slope here, that's gonna be your some kind of like critical point, which is an inflection point, right? So that's the reason. So here, now let's do question number 9, because inflection means changing positive to negative. So here, now a differentiable function f has a property of this one from here to here, and f of 5 is equal to 6. Which one of these ones should be true? So now let's look at this. Now, f prime is less than 3, which means slope should be less than 3, right? From 1 to 8. So let's see which one can be true. Now, f of 5 is 6, and it says f2 is equal to 0. Can it be true? Yeah, because it's less than 6, right? And f of 2 means, yeah, because it's totally possible, only because if you look at this one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, when x, this one is the 6, it is 3. That's possible because what is not the case is 3. This one can be 3, this one can be 0, whatever, that's the max. But this one can be also 5, this one can be 4, because the switch from each one of them is gonna be less than 3. Do you see that it's gonna be 1, this one is gonna be 1, this one is gonna be 1? That's fine. It also makes sense. Now let's see number 2. F of 6 is negative 2. Now look at this. From here to here, I don't know what this one is. From here to here, it happened negative 8. The change is negative 8, right? Now, can it be true? Look at this. Is it still less than 3? Yep. So this one can also be true. Now let's look at number 3. It says f of 7 is equal to 13. Yeah, so as you can see, the maximum slope that we can have is a 3, right? So let's look at it. Let's say we go maximum from here to here. So it's a plus 3, which this one can be 9. Let's do plus another 3, which can be another max, which is gonna be 12. And apparently, 13 is way too big because 12 is the maximum number we can get by it, which is 7. So that cannot be the answer. So this only thing that can make sense is 1 and 2. So answer is gonna be C. Okay, now let's do question number. Oh shoot, why did I even give answer? Yeah, here. Now question number 10. This is what we have. You want to find the second derivative. So it's pretty simple. So first, let's do this. Let's drive it. So it's going to be d dx. So if you do it, it's going to be 2y, y prime, because I don't want to write dy dx, minus 2x equals 0. Now let me solve for y. So it's going to be, I'm going to do plus 2y both sides, plus 2x both sides. So it's going to be 2y, y prime is equal to 2x. And if you divide by 2y both sides, it's gonna be y prime is equal to, whoa, this 2 can be canceled out, so it's gonna be x over y. So that's a y prime. But what I wanna find is a y double prime. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive it one more time. So let's do this. So if I drive it one more time here, this will become y double prime is equal to, now this will suddenly become the quotient rule. So what I'm gonna do is let's use the quotient rule. So derivative of x is gonna be 1 times y minus derivative of y is gonna be y prime times x over y squared. All right. Now, only thing that I have to do is to simplify it. The only problem that I have is, do you see this y prime? This one is same thing as this. So let me replace this. This is going to be x over y. So I will change this one into 1 times y is just y minus x over y times x over y squared. Yep, and we have a small problem of simplifying this one. So here, x times x is x squared. So it's going to be y minus x squared over y squared. And you want to combine this one. So we got to find common denominator. So this one means over 1. It's over 1 here. So how can I combine these two? Well, let's make it multiply y and y here. So I don't have enough space, so let's do this. Y times y is going to be y squared over y minus x squared over y squared. Wait, guys. Let me flex a little bit here. So here, that is equal to, this will become y squared minus x squared over y squared. Very simple. And this one is over 1. So inside becomes bottom here. And then outside becomes top. So which is going to be y squared minus x squared. So that's about it. I believe this one is pretty clear which one could be the answer to this question. Okay, so that's how you do it. If you think this one is too much, do not consider that, because you will see this one and you have to know how to do this, okay? That's not negotiable. Now, consider curve. You have this one equal to x for y is greater than -1, okay? Now, what you want to do is you want to find the, so you have this one, does not exist. So curve is defined by this one for y is greater than -1. For what value of y greater than -1, does the derivative of y does not exist. So you want to find the y value that does not make sense. So let's look at this. So you have this one. And it says first we have to derive it. What value of y? This one does not respect to this one. Derivative of y respect to this does not exist. So first we have to derive it. So remember, this one is the product rule. So that's f. That's gonna be g. Okay, so let's do the product rule. So here, f is equal to y. So f prime is equal to y prime. G is equal to what? Square root of y to the third power plus 1. G prime is gonna be, do you remember the rule? 1 over 2 square root of y to the third power plus 1 times derivative of inside, which is 3y squared. But 3y squared, I will just put this one on top of this one here because that is gonna be better. And let me erase this. All right, so let's look at this. N equal to x, but who cares about x because this will become 1. So if you derive it, let's derive it, which means I'm gonna do dx like that, okay? So if you do this, it's gonna be derivative of y, which is gonna be y prime. This will times g, which is square root of y to the third power plus 1. I don't need this one. Plus derivative of this one, which is 3y. Oh, here, I forgot y prime here. 3y squared y prime over 2 square root of y to the third power plus 1 times f, which is y, equals 1. All right, so we got all these things here. Just only problem that I have is I somehow have to make this one happen. So let's see what we can do. Now, at all costs, what we have to do is we have to solve for y prime here, right? That's the first step we gotta do. So here, apparently this one is on the top. So you know what? Let's try to make a common denominator first. So do you see this one is in the bottom? So and this one is in over 1 here. So I'm gonna multiply top and you know what? Before that, top and bottom by this one. That's what I need to do. But I just figured that instead of doing this, let's factor out y prime because this one is on the top. This one is on the top as well. So I think this one is gonna be better. So let me factor this one out. Y prime square root of y to the third power plus 1 plus y times y squared is going to be 3y to the third power over 2 y to the third power plus 1, okay? And that is equal to 1. So this is what happened, and I actually have to move all this one to the other side here, but before I do that, let me simplify this side, okay? So let me copy this one down here. Copy, paste. So only this part, only this portion. Now I'm gonna simplify, but I'm gonna do it on the side note here. So here, I want to make a common denominator. So what I'm gonna do is it's over 1. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna multiply by 2 square root of y to the third power plus 1, 2 square root of y to the third power plus 1. In that case, square root of this one is going to become, do you see they have exactly the same thing? So it's going to be 2 times same thing, y to the third power plus 1. That's what I'm going to get, over 2 and plus 3y to the third power over 2y to the third power plus 1. Now, if you don't understand, pause the video and consider this one. What's the square root of 2x times square root of 2x? It is just 2x. So, and what's the 3 times 3 square root of like x squared times square root of x squared? Do you see 3? 3 is already in the top, and x square root of x squared times square root of x squared is x squared. That's what it is. So consider this one, and this is what just happened right here, okay? So that one is for you to like consider. And if you simplify this one, your denominator stays same here, y to the third power plus 1. 2 times this one is gonna be what? 2 times the y to the third power is, you're gonna multiply here and here. So I will just write this one as 2y to the third power plus 2. And if I combine this, 2y to the third power plus 3y to the third power is going to be 5. And 5y to the third power plus 2. Okay, so I just simplified this one into, this one into 5y to the third power plus 2 over 2 square root of y to the third power plus 1. Like that, okay? Times here. Now, now what we have to do is, I'm gonna erase all these things for the more space. Delete. Now, question is, I have to move this thing to the other side, right? In that case, you have to multiply by its reciprocal, which means you gotta multiply by 2 square root of y to the third power plus 1 over 5y to the third power plus 2, like here and here. So here and here. Like that. In the case, these two will disappear, that will disappear, so you will just have y to the y prime equal to, finally this equal to 1 times this, which is just 2 y to the third power plus 1 over 5 y to the third power plus 2. Now, you want to find something that does not exist, and you have to know. So that's what we have, and you want to find something that x value that does not exist, in y value does not exist. If you want to find it, do you see this number? Bottom number cannot be equal to 0 because that's a fraction, right? So you are going to just set this one equal to 0 because that is something that this will not exist, because denominator simply cannot be equal to 0. So what you can do is 5y to the third power plus 2 is equal to 0, or you can just put cannot be equal to 0, whichever you want, but let's put it like that way. And then that's the only thing that you have to do is solve it. Minus 2 both sides is equal to negative 2. Divide by 5 both sides. You get y to the third power equal to negative 2 over 5. And the only thing that you gotta do is you have to cube root it. And you have a cube root of negative 2 over 5. And negative can be taken out. And that's the only thing that you can do. And this one can also be written as like this, because remember this, that's how you can change it. So you can kind of tell which one is gonna be the answer to this one. Well, this one is pretty long one, but I believe you guys can get this one done by yourself right later. So wait, I think that's about it for this video, because I think I spent a little too much time for this one. I'm not sure if I should go over question number 12 because that's too easy, but yeah, I will probably go over a few more questions, and that's about it for this videos. Okay, see you guys. Bye.